So these are all the JavaScript array methods. So which are available: concat, constructor, copy within entry. So many things will be. Some of things are available in the advanced JavaScript. We'll discuss about these all things. Includes, replace. These all what I can say. These all methods in some browsers it will not work. Actually, if I open this includes thing, so you will be able to see here browser support they will be trying to give. Okay. So here it will be working in the Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari and Opera. It will not work in the i11 browsers and all this. It is an ES7 feature. That means it's a latest. It will works on all modern browsers only. So this type of things we'll learn it in the advanced thing. Now, for example, if I try to take concat works in all browsers. I assume that it will work in all the browsers. Yeah, in IE also it will work. Supports is fully supported in all browsers. So like this, whenever you are trying to use some variable, some method or anything, you should be very careful that whether it is supporting in all the browsers. Almost all the methods doesn't support. So for example, if you take any other method like replace, I didn't remember. Replace is not there in this one. Okay, replace is present for the string method. So replace is also one of the method which will not work for the array. In the modern browsers, it will work in only on the modern browsers. In this one includes some methods are there. So let's try to see some of the important methods which supports in all the browsers. I will try to explain you. So let's close this one all. First, let's see how we can declare an array. So we know that we can declare an array using 1, 2, 3, 3. Like this we can declare. If I try to console.log of a, so we can get the output of this one. So fine. Now for example, let's say that in order to get the length of this one, total count, how many elements are present in this array means, so you can use console.log a.length. You can use this one directly. It's not a method or anything, it's just a property like that, and you can get it. The values, total values present is 3 items. We can able to get it. Now for example, let's say that I want to push some element. So for example, let's say that 3 is equal to 6, something like this we can push it. Now if I try to see the output, we are able to get 1, 2, 3, 6. That's perfect. That's fine. For example, let's say that I push from a of 7 is equal to 6. So that means we are having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 values are not present. So then what could be the output here? If we try to see here, the remaining all the values are mentioned as undefined. Undefined. Like this we are able to get it. So now for example, if you are dealing with a dynamic array in a real-time project, you don't know how many values are present inside this one. So now you want to push like this means of 7, we cannot give it arbitrarily like the static number. So we cannot give like the static number that to push the something values into this one immediately. The last, I want to push the value at the last one, at the last array. If I want to push it means, so we cannot give it like this a of 7, something like that, if you are dealing with a dynamic array. So one method what you can do is, here we know the a of length. I can do something like a dot length is equal to 7 or something like this. I will push it. Okay, so if I try to see here, I'm able to push the value. So why? Because it is trying to calculate the value length 0, 1, 2. So 3 elements are there. In the third element it will try to push it. So that's fine, correct. For example, I will try to give 2 commas here. If I see this output, what it will become is, so I am not giving any value, so that means it is an undefined. But try to see here, it is an undefined. Okay, now what I will try to do, a of a dot length. Let's try to see what will be the a of length. Console.log a dot length. We'll try to see it. So if you try to see here, a dot length is 4, but actually this last value is not existing. Now if I try to push a of a dot length means is nothing but 7. If I try to push it, so it will try to push after the undefined, right? So this is how it will be happening. So if you want to give an undefined means you can give like this comma. So instead of using this a of a dot length, we can also use the another method that is nothing but a dot push. A dot push of 7, it will try to push it. So if we try to see the console.log, so then also it will does the same thing only. So now there is no need for us to calculate the length and all those things. Automatically this one will be pushed. So this is one method, and the return value for this one is the whatever the value you have pushed it. Okay, that is the only return value I think it will be. So let's try to see that one also. So what will be the return value of this one? Console.log of num. So the return value of this one is not What is this one? 4, I got it. Where num is equal to a dot push. I think maybe the index, the length, total length it is trying to return it, I think. So this is one push method. Okay. Now another one, what I want to do is, I want to remove the last element. So if I want to remove the last element means we can use the pop method. Okay. So pop method means it will try to remove the last element which is present in the array. So we have learned about the push thing. Array methods. These are all array methods. So now we are learning about the pop method. So pop method will remove the last element from the array. If I try to see here, num means the element which has been removed, that element will come into as a return value. So let's try to see the output. We'll see. So whatever the value we have removed it, that one we are getting as a return value. And here we are able to get console.log of a means, so the value will be removed automatically. So it will change so here you need to understand that push and pop changes the original array. So it is changing the original array. So that means if I want to get back this one, so a dot pop, if I do a dot pop, and if I want to check console.log of a means, so it will change this original array. That is one thing. So now a has been changed from 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2. Okay, now when you have this where b is equal to a or something like this means, then this b also will be 1, 2 only. Okay, that one you need to remember. Right? So like this you need to understand it. Okay, so this is the push thing. Now we also have, for example, let's say that I am having 1, 2, 3. And now I want to push the element at the front. Okay. So what is the method I can use here? Can anybody tell me? He's talking. I don't know. So we need to use the a dot unshift of 4. Are you people there? Console.log of a. Okay. So in order to push the 4 into the first, so not I don't want to push it in the last element in the array. I want to push it as the first element in the array. Then we need to use the unshift. Now if you try to see here, the output will be 4, 1, 2, 3. So that means 4 element has been pushed to the first one. So if I want to remove this one, what is the method I can use? Nobody is talking. So we need to use the a dot shift. So there is no need to enter any value into this one. So a dot shift means automatically it will change the original array also. So 2, 3, 1 has been removed. This is about the pushing and removing in the last elements in an array, and also pushing and removing the first elements in the array. So this is the first one. So these are the first things which I want to tell you. So next one which I want to tell you is for example, I have a 1, 2, 3. I want to loop over this array. So I want to loop over this array and I want to print all the values from 1, 2, 3. I want to print it. One basic method which we have learned about the previous one, looping methods. I can tell that for where I is equal to 0, I less than a dot length. So length means it will give you the total values. We have learned about this method also. And I can use I plus plus, and I will do console.log of a of I. Okay, so this is normal method. If I run it, I am able to get the output 1, 2, 3. So this one I am able to print it. For example, let's say that I will use some commas here, and I will use some 6 value here. Let's see this for value how it will print. If I try to print it here, we are able to get undefined, and last value is 6. So fine. So this is fine. In JavaScript, so this is a traditional way of looping over, for loop or while loop. So these all the methods are traditional methods of looping over an array. So in JavaScript array, which will be supported in all browsers, so we have also another method that is nothing but a for each method. So we can use a dot for each. Okay, and this calls a anonymous function or a callback function. I will try to explain it in the next sessions. So this one is called as an anonymous function. So in this anonymous function, so here you will be, for each element it will execute this function. So here you will be able to get an element or a value. So whatever the variable name you want, you can keep it. Here X also you can keep it, not a problem. So here I can do console.log of value. Now this time let's see what will be the output here. So this time these all undefined will print or not, we'll see. We try to see here. So we are able to get the correct output that 1, 2, 3 and 6, and these all undefined has been removed. So for each what it will try to do is it will try to check that whether the value is existing or not. So internally this method will check all those things, and whatever the value it is existing, then only it will try to print it. So here this function is called as an anonymous function. That means the function with no name. So this is called as an anonymous function. So for example, if you want, you can also get that. You can also create get element of value, and here you can write console.log of value, and I can create this method like this, and I can call this method directly inside this one. We can also use like this. Now if I try to print the output, so then also I'm able to get the same output only. So instead of writing like this and doing like this, so we are directly taking this value, and I am writing the function. Automatically whenever we get an element from this one, this function will be executed. This callback function will be executed. Callback function or anonymous function, we can say. So now 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. So this is the another way of using this for each method. This is the for each method which we will be using to loop over the data in the array. So we have learned about the for each method also. So we have learned unshift, shift, and we have learned about the for loop, normal for loop, traditional, and we have seen the for each loop also. So how we can loop over this for each loop. Let's move on to the another thing, that is nothing but a splice. So some of the properties which you use regularly. So here splice, we'll try to see it, the splice. So splice means what it will try to do is the splice method will add or remove the array elements. Okay. So it will change the original array. So it will try to change the original array. For example, let's say that where a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Or otherwise, we'll try to have, instead of having like this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, we'll have like this. So now we are having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now what I want to do is I want to remove these values 30 and 40 from this array, from this original array. I want to remove this 30 and 40. Normally you can do the loop and all those things, you can do it, but using this one, what I can do is a dot splice. Okay, I can use the splice from where I want to remove it. So 0, 1, 2, from the second position onwards I want to remove 0, 1, 2. And how many items I want to remove? I want to remove the 2 items. So I can give the 2 items. So now let's try to print the console.log of a. Okay. And here we can say that where result I can take, and let's try to console the result also. The result. So now a, I want to remove these values 30, 40. And the result will be this 30, 40 as an array. You will be able to get it here. Let's try to see the output. When you try to see here, so I have successfully removed 30, 40 from this original array. So that means it will override the original array. The original array will not be like this. The result you will get those elements which are removed from the array as an array, you will get it. But the original array, these elements will be removed from this one. So this is about the splice. We can also add the properties, but we will rarely use about that. I never used this one for adding. Whenever I use this one, I use it for removing the elements in the array only. Whenever I want to remove a particular parts of the elements, means particular data from the array, means we will using the splice. This is about the splice. Okay, fine. So now we are changing the original array. So that means the original array itself is changing, but I don't want to remove those elements. I want to copy these elements. Okay. So in that original array, it should remain, but I want to extract those elements. Extract means copy those elements. So in that scenario, we will be using the slice. So first we'll write the splice method. Okay. Splice method we have learned. Now we will be learning about the slice method. So that means I don't want to remove the elements. I want to copy these two elements. I don't want to remove it from the original array. I want to copy those elements. So then we will be using this slice method. Slice method returns that selected elements in an array as a new array. It will give you as a new array only. So here you will be giving so this syntax will be a little bit different. I will try to tell you. And another thing what you need to understand is this will not change the original array. Original array will be like that only. So let's try to see the same thing. So I am having 10, 20, 30, 40. Now what I want to do here, a dot slice. So this time I want to make a copy. I don't want to remove that element from the original array. In that original array, the result should be like that only. So I can take this result is equal to a dot slice. From where I want to remove it, I want to remove from 2. Okay, 0, 1, 2. This time you should not give the 2 here. Okay, this time this should give the ending position. 0, 1, 2, 3. I need to give the third position. Okay, like this. So a little bit different it will be. Starting position, ending position. There, starting position, how many items you want to remove? The number of items you want to remove. Here, the starting position and ending position. Let's try to see the console.log of result. And here, let's try to see console.log of A. See the output. So then I'm able to get only the 30 only. So I'm able to get, so that means 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 4 we need to give, 2, 4. Then we can get this 30, 40. A little bit of confusion will be there for this one. So 30, 40, I'm able to extract the values, starting position and ending position. And here you may be able to get the A value. A array has not been changed, but I'm able to copy the values. For example, I want to copy from 0, 1. From 1 onwards, I want to copy to the last of the array. So to the last of the array means you can give only the starting position and you can leave it. So then you can be able to get all the items. For example, I want to get only this item. So let's try to see 1, 1. We'll see whether we'll get it or not. Okay, we are not getting 1, 2 we need to give. So that means the next item we need to give. So then I'm able to get only the one item, 20. So like this, we need to do it. Slice means, one thing you need to remember, splice means it will remove the values from the array. Slice means it will copy the values from the array. It will not remove the elements from the array. So that is the main difference between those two. The syntax things means, so you will be having that start and how many, and slice will be having start and the ending position. These all things are remaining all are same only. So this is about the slice thing. So you need to understand the basic difference between those two. So and another thing which I have forgotten to tell you is, another one is where A is equal to, so we are having 10, 20, 30, right? I want to check that whether 30 element or 30 value is present inside the array or not. I want to check it. For checking that one, what we can do is we can use a method index of, okay, index of 30. So if I try to check this index of 30, let's try to do the console.log. So if I run and clear, if I run it, so it will tell you, it will give you the position. So at what position this element has been there. So this value is there. So here 0, 1, 2, the second position it is there. For example, if I want to take the 10, so I want to search that the 10 value is present in this element, in this array or not. If I want to check it, so then what I can do here, it is present in the 0th position. So this is the 0th position, right? So we are able to get it. So for example, let's say that I want to check for 100 value, whether it is present in the element array or not. Then it will return -1. Okay, so these are the three things which you want to understand. When the value is not found in the array, it will return you the -1. When the element is found, it will return you the position at what index this element has been present in the array. It will return you. So this is nothing but an index of. So here we have learned about the index of. So these are all the different methods. So now we have learned about this splice, slice, index of, for each, for shift, these all things, right? So let's try to discuss some more methods. That is nothing but what I want to tell you is the filter method. Okay, these are all methods supports in all the browsers. Okay, these are methods. Filter method. Let's try to see about this filter method. Filter method creates a new array. So here you need to understand. So what I am trying to tell you, it will create a new array. It will create a new array. That array will be different and the filter array will be different. So whatever the data, whatever the function or condition you are passing to this one, based on that one, it will create a new array. So this one will not change the original array. Filter method will not change the original array. This one will not change. This one will not change. This one will change. And these all the things will also change. So, but filter array will not change the original array. Let's try to see about the filter method. For example, let's say that I am going here. Yeah. The same array. I am having the same array. I want to extract the elements, or otherwise I want to extract the values as an array, or the values which are greater than 30. Okay, which are greater than 30. I want to get all those values as an array. For example, let's say that here you are having 25. Okay, and here I am having 9. So like this. So there is no order in this one. So these are not in the ascending order or the descending order. Now we can use for, you cannot say that I want to have an elements greater than 20 means I cannot take from 30 to 40 like this. I cannot slice or splice these all things. I cannot do it. Why? Because greater than 20 already some element is there inside this one. So we cannot use the slice or splice operator. Now the correct method for this one is the filter method. So filter method, what it will try to do is where result is equal to a dot filter. Okay, so this one also takes an anonymous function. Okay, this one change it to CoffeeScript. Okay, yeah, a dot filter. So here you'll be having a function, and in this function you will get a value. So that means each element. So this each value you will get into this function, and here you can return value greater than 20. So whatever the value is greater than 20, store it in the result. So now if I try to console.log of result, if I try to do console.log of result, so you will get the output. And if I try to do console.log of original array, what will happen? Let's try to see. So here I am able to get the values which are greater than 20, and the original array also has not been changed. So this is about the filter array, filter method. Filter method, what it will try to do is, here it will take a function, and in this function each element will pass, and whatever the condition you are passing here, so this must return either true or false. So whatever the logic you want to write, you can write it here, but this must return true or false, either true or false. The comparing, you can use the comparing operators, triple equal to, greater than, less than, these all the things you can use it. So here value greater than 20 means, so whatever the element we are having value greater than 20, so those all the things will be moved here, and you will be getting the resulting array. You will be getting this one as like this. So this is about the filter method. And the another method what I want to tell you is the map method. Okay, so map methods creates a new array. This one also creates a new array by calling a function. So here we will be calling a function, right, for every array element. So this one also calls for every array element. It will create a new array. So this one also doesn't change the original array. So this one also doesn't change the original array. For example, let's say that here how it will happen. So a dot map, I can use a dot map, and here I can use the function, and each time it will try to take the each element in the value, or otherwise I can write it as an element also, not a problem. So here each element will come, and here whatever the value you are returning. So for example, I want to return element into 2. So double the element, I want to double the value. So 10 means 10 into 20. 20 will be stored as an result, and 25 into 2. Like this it should be stored. So if I try to see the output here, so we are able to get 20, 50, 18 like this. So whatever the values we are having here, into 2 we are able to get it. Okay. So whatever the value here, for example, let's say that the condition I will try to do. So filter condition, how we have used it. So I will try to use it. Then for this one, what will be the output here? So this one either returns true or false, something like that, right? So those true or false only will be there in the result. If you try to see the output, see here. So which one is true, which one is false, which one is true. So like this. So whatever the value you are returning here, those all the things will be converted into an array here. This will not change the original one. And this result will be like this. So whereas in the filter, which one is returning true, that value will be stored here. Okay. So like this 25, 30, 40, 50. Whereas the map, it will not do anything. All the values will be returned. So whether it is true or false, or whether you are doing into 2 or anything, something like this, or plus 2. The result modified element, the data will be stored as an array. So this is about the map function. The difference you need to understand. So filter and the map. And the last method which we will discuss while closing this one is not closing. Yeah. Another one is so here is a dot reverse. So we have a method something like a dot reverse, and this one will change the original array. So this one you should be very careful. So it will change the original. Now I have did a dot reverse. I am reversing these values. I am trying to print the a value. So if I try to see here, the a original array has been completely modified. So this is the thing, and reverse is one of the method which will completely overwrites the original array. And what are the methods we have discussed? Let's try to write it here. Filter we have discussed, map we have discussed, reverse we have discussed, and another one what I want to tell you is the before closing these all things. So other methods which we will be having is concat method. Okay, let's try to see about this concat method. Concat method means it will join the two arrays. For example, let's say that I'm having 25 20 like this, right? I will be having another array 2 comma 3 comma 4. Now if you try to see console.log like this, console.log like this, so it will also not change the original arrays. So if you want, you can also say something like where c, it will return the new array a dot concat of b. So when you do the concat, now if you try to see the console.log of a, so console.log of b, and if I try to see console.log of c, so these are all the methods we are having. These are all the arrays, right? Now a will be like this only, b will be like this without changing, so it will be unchanged, and c will be the combination of these two 10 25 comma 50 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. The resulting array will be, let's try to see it. So if you try to see here, the resulting array is the 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So like this it will be changing. If you are having another inside an array, or you are having another one, means then you will be having this inside this one another array. So here you will be able to see. So here like this. So concat means it will join the two arrays. It will join two or more arrays. If you have another array also, you can use comma b like this also, you can use it, comma b comma c comma d like this also you can use it. Not only the two things, you can also have another one where d is equal to like this, you can have, so like this you can have it. And also you can use, so which array you want to get, the which array elements you want to get first, means you can use it like this, and you can use d. Now if you try to see the output, the same output you will be able to see 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and 1 comma 2 comma 3. So all these all joined as a single array. So this is about the concat thing. So when you want to join two or more arrays, means you can use this concat. And the last one which we want to discuss is the join. So join means, so whenever for example, let's say that join means what it will try to do is it will return the string. So here it will not return the array, it will return the string with some delimiter. Delimiter means with some, I will try to show you here, where result is equal to a dot join, and I want to all the items should be written as a string, but each element between these elements I want to have a hyphen. So I can use this hyphen, and I can do the console.log of result. Then let's see what will happen. If you try to see here, see all the values are written as a string. So you need to understand here, written as a string. But if you don't mention anything, these all will be written as a comma. If you don't mention anything, written as a comma. If you mention anything, something like ampersand or anything, so between each element you will have this delimiter, and it will be written as a string here like this. So whenever you want to all the elements to be written as a string, so for example, when you will be having this one is where a is equal to, I will be having hello, and I can have world, and I can have welcome, and I can have Leela. So this is the series of words I am having in an array, and I can do console.log a.join, and I want to join all the elements with a space. That's it. Now if I don't give space, now these all will be attached. Okay, hello world, welcome Leela, like this. Now if I give a space here, if I try to see here, hello world, welcome Leela, we are able to see this one. So like this, in these scenarios, when you are having an array which are having string data and you want to show it as a string like this, means this array you can use it as a join. So these are all the some of the methods which you can use it. So here these are all the things you can entries, and all those things are latest ones. We'll check it in the advanced thing. Okay, so these all works in all modern browsers. These all things we'll try to check it afterwards. Most of the times these things only. So sort and all those things you can able to understand it. Slice. So which are important, I have told you. So these are the only things which you will be using more often in the array methods. So almost all the things, 70%, 80% of the methods we have discussed it. These are all about the array methods which we will be using more often in the JavaScript.